Good morning, folks. Randy Gold, Trout Magnet Man here with you today. Today, going to do a little review of the first use of the 2018 Corto by Graphiteleader. Y'all saw me do the initial impressions about a week ago. I was able to fish with this a couple of days ago and also yesterday. It's an absolute joy. Excuse me, folks. You're going to have to look over my voice. Past 2 days of fishing, got out in the fog that one day and it chilled me to the bone. It was wet and it's affected my sinuses. I mean, it was pretty miserable a few hours there before that fog lifted. But anyway, just overlooked the voice. But this rod, I was turned on to this rod by a gentleman I've been corresponding with in fishing forums for a few years out of South Africa. And he had told me that Graphiteleader and Evergreen was a step above. Well, he's right. They are a step above. This rod, I have looked over it with a microscope, not a microscope, magnifying glass, looking for epoxy overruns, looking for anything. The quality on this rod is impeccable. We went over the specs of this. We will go over it again. 1.95 ounces, Fuji titanium frame guides with Fuji 6S inserts. That's the new insert, 6, where they're half the size to reduce the weight. Excuse me. It's a fantastic rod. Yesterday and day before yesterday, the white bass were biting very softly. They will do that. The water temperature is 48 degrees. Most people think white bass crush your bait, and usually they do, but there are times in the year when they will not. And this rod right here helps you catch more fish. There's no doubt about it. I fished a little bit yesterday with the Palms Extra Ultralight to get more fun on the smaller fish, and I accomplished that, but you could hardly feel the bite. You could hardly feel it at all. So I know I missed, I'm sure there were fish there that I'd never felt, but with this, you can feel it the second they pick it up, and they weren't crushing it. They were just, excuse me, they were just picking it up. If you'll notice on my fish, they're all hooked in the lip. Come later on in the year, let's say February, March, the water's warmed up a little bit, and white bass will have that lure all the way down their gullet. But yesterday they were biting very light. This made it a joy to fish with. As I always like to preface on JDM gear, you don't need JDM gear to catch fish. This is just what I do. It makes it a lot more fun. It does give you an advantage, but to say that just because you bought a JDM rod, you're going to go out and catch 100 fish versus someone may only catch 20, no, it don't work like that. You just have to fish JDM gear to understand what we're talking about, those of us who own it. This rod is a bargain at the price. $214, $220, depending on what the yen is. I got this for free shipping, which made it an absolute bargain. Fishing with this rod, I can only imagine what Graphiteleader's high-end rods are like. Now, I was worried about, I wasn't really worried, but I didn't think I'd be able to use this rod on my 8 9-inch bluegill. Well, that's not true. This rod, if you're watching the video, if you watch when I'm catching these white bass, and they're all small. I don't know if I said, but I caught around 150 of the darn things. They're all 8 9-inch cookie cutter fish. The big ones will show up, but that's what's in there right now, literally by the thousands upon thousands. Watch this rod flex. I mean, you can see on a 7 and 8 ounce fish, you can see this rod is really, really loaded up. It's a lot of fun. It casts like a dream. I was using a 2-gram jig head with a Midnight Blue Thunderhawk Dancer on it. Although I wasn't casting, I was vertical jigging. Casting wasn't going to get it with these fish. You had to sit on top of them, lower it down to them, and just slowly finesse it as a jig, just up and down, and as I would reel up, and as you get through them, they would hit it. But I can highly recommend this rod. It's going to be great for 8 9-inch bluegill, white bass, smallmouth bass, Kentucky bass. I'm sure you could catch crappie with it, but I don't think the action of it is going to be conducive to landing crappie. You may wind up pulling pulling the jig head or the lure out of the fish's mouth, since they have such soft mouths, because there is, this certainly doesn't flex like a baby rod, but it's not supposed to. But anyway, it's a great rod, great quality, and highly recommend it. Now, on the video, first part of the video, you're going to see where I was fishing up in the lake. And I was fishing with the Palms Jura Extra Ultralight, looking for some yellow perch. Didn't find any yellow perch, didn't find any bluegill. Got in some largemouth. So you'll see a couple of largemouth caught there, and you'll see one largemouth lost. Broke off. I rarely break off fish, but I'm still adjusting to this polyester line that I was using on the Palms Jura. Yesterday or day before yesterday and yesterday on the Corto, I had to try to make an SOS 2-pound test, which we all know is more like 3.5-pound test. But fishing with that polyester, I'm still trying to find a sweet spot. I had set the drag with this Booz drag checker. This is an instrument that I got out of Japan, and it is an instrument. It's made in Japan. It's truly accurate. I had on the Palms Jura, I had 20% of a 2-pound rating on there with rod deflection. With the Corto, strung up with a 3.5-pound test mono, I had 3/4 of a pound with rod deflection. The 20%, now on this fish, did I have my drag set too tight? Don't know. The reason I say that is I was lazy, I was cold. I'd already caught them 2 pretty good sized largemouth for what I'm fishing with. And I should have retied. I didn't retie because, number one, I got a fluorocarbon leader on there as a shock leader. So I had to tie 2 knots. That's just laziness on my part. So that's probably why that fish broke off. And yes, you're going to hear the drag slipping with the Palms Jura, set at 20%. But folks, I'm telling you, fishing with no stretch line that breaks at 2.1-pound test is a lot different than fishing with regular mono that breaks at 2.1-pound test. It's different. I'm telling you, it's just different. And I'm going to get some people, I'm going to have another engineer come up and blah, blah, blah. Breaking strength is breaking strength. Well, yes, breaking strength is breaking strength. But I'm telling you, I've done this a long time. And when you're fishing with mono that stretches, it's a lot different than fishing with line that doesn't stretch. As a matter of fact, when braid first come out, I remember them used to say, instead of setting your drag at 25%, set it at 15% on braid because there's no stretch. Some people still say set braid lower. Of course, it's not braid, but it's still no stretch. But anyway, that's another story for another day. I will be doing a review of the Booz drag checker probably within a week. Also, it occurred to me after I started fishing the day before yesterday, trying to reach a little further with them with the net I'd been using, that I had this new net in my boat, and I thought, what's wrong with me? So I finally started using the new net. You will see that on this video. I'm going to do a review of this net pretty quick. If you can imagine, if you look at this net, this thing extends out to 10 feet with a graphite pole. I mean, that's to me, it's amazing, and this net works out great. It works out great. The net basket, when I got it, I thought, well, this is made out of nylon or plastic. Well, it's neither. It's made out of silkworm gut. I'd never heard of such stuff. I thought my jig head, while my jig head did get, tangled up in here, it was a piece of cake to get out. It wasn't like the nets I would buy here that have, nylon or plastic. But I'm going to change this net basket out to a silicone rubber net because I will be using it for trout. This net is a small light game net that they use in Japan to fish off those jetties where the fish are way down below and they can't get down there. And I'm gonna tell you, this thing is really this is pretty neat. And now this is made in China, but it's made for the Japanese market, and it's quality all the way. I will be taking this part off, which is if you're trout fishing or you're walking somewhere, this is where you can slip it in your belt loop or on your belt, or if you've got a backpack or whatever, slip it on there. But I'm going to take this off because I probably won't be using that, and I'll just take it off. And they send you the tools to take this off. They send you the tools to adjust this stuff or take any of this stuff off, whatever you want to do. But anyway, I want to thank all of you for watching, supporting the channel. It's much appreciated. It really makes me feel good when I get an email where someone has bought a rod that I have done a review on, or bought a reel, and they email me back and tell me that, you know, they love the rod, how great it's worked out, because I certainly don't want to be pushing anything that's not good. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't get any compensation for any of this. I'm not affiliated with any JDM rod manufacturer. I'm not affiliated with any JDM web store. And another thing, folks, if I've told you before to check out finessefishing.com, Chris Stewart's site. Now, I don't know Chris. I'm not affiliated with Chris. I'm going to tell you, he's building a heck of a website there for ultralight angling. Now, his stuff is on the higher end. He sells a lot of JDM gear. He sells a lot of JDM micro baits. He's also selling some stuff now out of America. I think it's called Euro Tackle, which is, I think, is based in America. And I tried, and I'm going to be doing a video very shortly, where yesterday I tried his Z-Viber that I got from him. I got a couple of them from on white bass. I like it. It's like a miniature blade bait, or you can cast and retrieve it. I used it as a blade bait with a single hook. I despise treble hooks. That's why I don't fish with blade baits more often. That's why I don't fish with other crankbaits more often, is I just despise treble hooks. And everybody said, well, change the hooks out. Yeah, you can change the hooks out. You can. But I'm an old man, arthritic hands, eyes don't work the best. I don't want those hooks in me changing them out. And plus, on some of those lures, when you go to change those trebles out, that lure was designed for those trebles, and you could single hook on them. All of a sudden, now your balance is not right. But anyway, check out his site. It's really turning into an ultralight paradise if you're an ultralight angler. So anyway, folks, once again, thanks all of you for all of you for watching. I appreciate it very much. We're going to get out and do some more fishing when the weather. I don't fish in bad weather. When I say bad weather, if it's 38 degrees, sunshine, and no wind, I go fishing. If it's 38 degrees, sunshine, and a 5-mile-an-hour wind, 10-mile-an-hour wind, I'm not going fishing. I'm not going to be uncomfortable. I'm too old to be uncomfortable anymore. That's just what it is. If I'm not going to go out when it's pouring down rain. If it starts raining while I'm out there, I'll just go through it. I'll fish it. But I guess I'm fast becoming a fair weather fisherman. Pretty close. But being retired, I'm blessed that I can pick my days to go fishing and still get plenty of fishing days. Probably won't get back out fishing again until after Christmas. One of my nephews is going to be off from work for 11 days. We're going to try to hit up the crappie somewhere. A lot of our waters are blowed out. A lot of places we'd be fishing, you can't fish right now. There's too much water. And I'm talking about not because the water's high, but because we're fishing a lot below dams, and it's just not a safe place to be. So anyway, folks, thanks once again for all of you watching. The support channel is much appreciated. We're going to get on out of here. The video's too long as it is. Hope all of you, if I don't get another video up before Christmas, hope all of you have a Merry Christmas. Hope you maybe get you some good fishing tackle under the tree there, and soil up them all, and life is good. Good morning, folks. Had to have a little fog delay this morning, and still pretty foggy. Just gonna fish this bank here a little bit. What we got here, folks? What we got here? What we got here? Got us a largemouth here. Pretty good largemouth for extra ultralight, I can tell you that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shoot, yeah. Pretty good largemouth for extra ultralight. Sure is. Got another fish on here, folks. Feels pretty heavy, but hard to say.
What is it? Yeah, he feels like a pretty heavy fish. I believe it's another largemouth. Oh yeah, another nice largemouth. They liking this trout magnet today. On the extra ultralight here, this joker. Yes sir, that's a good fish. Yep. Good fish. Yeah, folks, this wasn't what I was planning on catching down here today, but shoot, that's a lot of fun right there. What we got here, folks? What we got here? I believe it's another largemouth. Oh, well, no, I don't know what this is. I know one thing. He broke that line. Got this one on the Corto. Got this one on the Corto. Oh yes, he's doing it. Yes sir. Got him on the Corto. Yes sir. There he is on the Corto. Yes sir. Yes sir. There he is. Yes sir, on the Corto. Now let's see. Yes sir, on the new net here. A little bitty fish, but hey, he'll do. There he is. Oh, there he is. Just a little old bitty white bass, but we had a lot of fun. There he was. There he is. Oh, this is just too much fun. Yes, sir. Now folks, these ain't big white bass, but I'm fishing with ultralight tackle, and it's just a lot of fun. There he is. Boy, I tell you, they are biting light, but you can feel them with this rod. Yes, sir. There he is. Boy, I tell you what, this rod, yes sir, it's there he is, there he is. Felt him when he picked it up. Yes, sir. There he is, there he is. Felt him when he picked it up. I believe I'm gonna call it a day on this one, folks. There he is, there he is, there he is. Well, with that one, folks, I am going to the house.